Hey guys, I'm sorry if I look a little down. It's just, do you remember my friend Dante? You know, the one I mentioned back in my Death Note video? Well, he died? Not because of me, of course. No, I had nothing to do with it at all. I swear. And if it was my fault, which it isn't, it was totally an accident. But like I said, I really had nothing to do with it. Well, yeah, he died, and I just came back from his funeral, and I'm feeling a little tired, and like the mood was down the whole day, and it's just, you know, I really do miss him. Like, I mean, we were pretty close friends. I remember back in 5th grade, I lent him a pencil. I don't think I ever actually got it back. But yeah, that's why I've been feeling pretty down lately. And not just the fact that, you know, I just came back from a funeral, but also that I planned on talking about blank check today, and yuck. That's just like salt on the wound. So yeah, I don't really see anything bringing my mood up to... Hold on, wait a second. Hello? Oh, hello, Mrs. Mortem. I'm really sorry to hear about what happened to Dante. He was a great guy, and the funeral was very What was it? Oh, really? Okay, well, thanks for letting me know. Okay, bye. So Dante is having a will reading tomorrow. I'm gonna get rich! I mean, obviously, I'm gonna get a lot of money. Like, I mean, of course, Dante would leave me that. We were really close friends. Remember the whole pencil story? Yeah, but now that I'm gonna be a millionaire, I just realized, what am I gonna do? Well, oh, that's right, I'm talking about blank check. I can use that as like a guide of what I should do. Like this kid who got money, which, oh, we should get into that. Blank Check is a 90s Disney movie about this kid named, I don't know, Timmy or something. I don't really care. But yeah, we'll say his name is Timmy. About a kid named Timmy who gets $1 million and does all the cool stuff kids would do with that money. Like get a bunch of toys, get some cool rides, some junk food, all that crazy stuff. And there's also some slight pedophilia in there, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. The first thing I want to mention about the movie is that, like, it definitely feels like a 90s movie. It's definitely like a product of its times. And it's like, it feels like a movie that's totally trying to ride off the success of Home Alone. Like, having this, like, young kid actor, like, in this family movie, doing, like, a bunch of cool stuff we kids think we would like to do. Like, man, that looks like so much fun. But, like, the kid also realizes that he loves his family and wants to be with them. You know, that kind of that type of thing. And also, even like the third act, there's like a moment where like the kid's like protecting his mansion or like something from like some criminals, and it's totally it gave me Home Alone vibes with him just like making traps and like using the different things he bought to like mess with them. Like, whoa, look at that, you fell, type of thing. And, you know, it's totally Home Alone. This movie totally tries to ride off the success of Home Alone. Speaking of the criminals in the movie, they're pretty stupid. Like, okay, the way that Timmy, or whatever his name is, gets the money is that there's like this one guy who's working with like the head of the bank or the bank manager or whatever, and he says, look, I'm gonna send a guy in and he's gonna ask for $1 million and you give him the $1 million. And so then he leaves, he goes off to do something, but then he accidentally bumps into Timmy, like breaks his bike with his car or something, and then he gives him a blank check to go like, look, just like use this to like pay for it or whatever. I'm leaving. He just wants to get out of there quickly. And so then Timmy decides to change the blank check to say $1 million on it, like, or like, I mean, add the number of money he wants it to say $1 million. And so then Timmy, or whatever his name is, goes to the bank, and then the head of the manager goes, I think this is the guy that he was talking about. All right. And then he gives him the $1 million. Like, what? Like, I mean, I know there are some movies like that have like a pretty big leap in logic, and by that I mean it's like this stuff that maybe seem kind of stupid, but like this is just incredibly dumb. Like, I am not believing this. This guy right here, the head of the bank, is dumb. I don't know how he got his job. It's like, are you really? Are we seriously supposed to believe that he automatically assumes that the guy that the other criminal is talking about to get the money is seriously this 11 or 12-year-old boy, or I don't know, was he 3 or something? Like, who cares? He is clearly young. There is no way that yeah, it's just dumb. You know, one pretty ridiculous thing, you know, ridiculous aspect about the movie is Timmy, or whatever his name is, his father is kind of terrible. Like, what I mean by that is, like, so early on in the movie, before like Timmy, or whatever his name is, gets the $1 million, he has pretty bad luck with money. He doesn't have enough so he can ride all the cool rides in this like theme park at a birthday party, and he only gets like 10 or $11 or $12 for his birthday. And the thing is, okay, so there's like a scene where like he's in his room and his two brothers who have their own business are all like taking up his space. He goes like, hey, we need this room for our business. He's like, and then Timmy or whatever his name is goes, Dad, what is? And then the dad literally goes, well, I mean, if you start making your own money, making your own business, you know, right? Maybe you could have the space. It's like, what? This kid is like 10 or 11 or I don't know, 5 or something. Like, are you seriously expecting? Like, he's like, I bet he's like the kind of father who, as soon as the baby comes out of the womb, he goes, okay, why aren't you already in Harvard? Like, he's I just see him like that. And I guess later on he does learn. It's like, look, you should be a kid and don't worry about money and stuff. But like, still, you know, it's like, why was he expecting that? Like his like 10 or I don't know 6-year-old son to I don't know what his age is to like already be making money and having a business. Like, why is he expecting that? Also, I want to talk about Timmy or whatever his name is. I'm pretty sure he's like committed multiple crimes in the movie, or at least a pretty big crime, and did not like. Oh, spoilers for Blank Check, by the way. I don't really think he gets like in trouble for it at the end. Like, okay, so he gets the $1 million, but then later on when he's like trying to buy stuff, he uses a fake alias. Like, I think he says Macintosh because, like, I guess, you know, which is like the Apple computer or something. And he does that, and so he's buying all the stuff, and he says, oh, Macintosh is buying it. He's just like getting it all for me. But then like later on, it's like when he wastes like all the money, and like they go like Macintosh needs to pay. He just goes like he just walks off, and it's like I guess Macintosh is gonna get in trouble at the end. It's like he never does reveal it at the end, and even like at the end when he goes back to his family and his normal life, his father is like he kind of says something that kind of hints that maybe he knew Macintosh was never real, but at the same time I don't want to give him credit for that, so I'm just gonna say he was pretty stupid. But yeah, he just goes off. Macintosh will just go to jail, and the kid just walks off scot-free, which I'm pretty sure everything I explained was like, I'm pretty sure a pretty big crime. So yeah, I don't know, I just find that interesting. This kid is able to commit a huge crime and doesn't get punished for it at the end. Nuh-uh, no siree. Speaking of crimes, let's talk about pedophilia. Okay, let me explain. Okay, so there's this one character in the movie that works at the bank, but she's secretly an FBI agent. It's a whole thing. But her name is, I think it was Shay or something. I'm gonna call her Leslie. So Leslie, the kid, Timmy or whatever his name is, has a crush on her, and it's like, okay, it's not inherently weird or terrible. It's like, I think it's kind of normal for young kids to have like a crush on someone that's kind of older than them. You know, I think it's perfectly normal. I think that happened to me a few times when I was younger. It's just, as long as you know nothing will ever happen with that, and it's just like a little thing, then it's perfectly fine. But the thing is, so he in the movie he tries to get with her, like he tries to show her all this cool stuff that with his like stuff, you know, with his like money, and it's like they go on a date, but it's like she doesn't know it's a date, but it's like a whole thing, and it's like nothing like too bad. It's like she's just like playing with him, just teasing, you know, and stuff. So it's like, okay, isn't that too bad right now? But then when we get to the end of the movie, and it's like, okay, there's a scene where like they're together, and he revealed that there is no Macintosh, and he did it all for her, and then like, you know, like he was into her, and like, you know, all this stuff, and then she kind of like just tease and goes like, okay, maybe when you're older, maybe we can, you know, try it out, like go on a date or something, and be like, okay, it's just a little joke, there's something to it. But then she goes in for a kiss, and I'll go like, please just let it be on the cheek or forehead, just please. But nope, it is straight lip to lip. I'm a woman in her 30s to like, I don't know, like this small 11, 12, I don't know, 2-month-old child, they kiss, and it is terrible. It really is terrible. And you could make the argument, well, it doesn't look exactly like that. It kind of looks like she's just like kissing you like really on the cheek, but it looks like it's no. To me, it straight up looks like they're kissing on the lips, and it is so bad. And the thing is, I know there's definitely some people that are gonna go, man, lucky kid, but I'm just like, dude, she's like in her 30s. This is like incredibly illegal. But yeah, that was terrible. And you know what makes it even creepier? There's like a scene early on where like when he's like preparing for the date and he's talking to his dad, and like I said before, Macintosh was the alias the kid made up. And so when he's talking about it, he says at one point, he goes, I think Macintosh is going on a date today, and he might stay late and, you know, at night with his woman or something like that. And I'm just like, oh, did this kid just imply he was going to have sex with her? That is incredibly creepy. But yeah, no, I don't know what else to say. This was creepy. I should probably end things off by at least saying something positive about the movie. So one thing that I actually thought was a little bit like cute was the relationship that the kid, Timmy or whatever his name is, had to his limo driver, that he had with his limo driver. I mean, it's like they seem to form kind of a friendship, like a bond there, and it's pretty nice. The limo driver himself, I kind of don't like him because like there are so many times where he tries to be funny. I think like he's trying to do like this improv or something, and it is so unfunny. Like it's incredibly cringy. But I don't know, their friendship that they have is actually kind of nice. And like at the end, when they're saying like goodbye, it's like, I mean, I'm not saying it's like amazing, like this is the greatest drama ever. I just saw like, that's a little bit sad, I guess. But other than that, it's like, nah, it's pretty bad. So Blank Check is a typical 90s family movie. It's inoffensive. It's nothing terrible or one of the worst things ever. Like, you could make the argument that what makes it worse is that, like, the whole creepy stuff with the woman. And you're right, that is pretty creepy. I hated that. But if you overlook that, the movie is like nothing really, like I said, terrible. It's like inoffensive. It's not really funny. It's not really enjoyable. And I don't really have much else to say. So I think I might just end everything all here. Just go, yeah, Blank Check was a movie that existed. But that doesn't mean I can't learn off of it. And so I know exactly what I'm gonna do with all my money that I'm gonna get. I'm gonna buy a bunch of toys. I'm gonna get a bunch of junk food and like buy a mansion. Oh my god, my life is gonna be amazing. He left me the pencil. He's such a good friend.